He lived by example. And he was the victim.
New at 7 o'clock, we are hearing from the widow of a Good Samaritan who was hit and killed by a suspected drunk driver on Interstate 8. Jimmy Arevalo was just trying to help a woman in trouble when the driver slammed into both of them. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. 10 News reporter Jennifer Jensen is in El Cajon with what Arevalo's widow says makes her husband's death all the more tragic.
We were inside that courtroom since early this morning and can tell you that it was emotional for 3 different families. But the victims' families were brought to sobs and they had to leave the courtroom as 911 tapes were played just moments before that deadly crash.
911 emergency, what are you reporting?
I'm on Interstate 8 and a car just turned over.
That's the voice of 59-year-old Jimmy Arevalo of El Centro just moments before he was struck by a car and killed on Interstate 8. Arevalo was a Good Samaritan who had pulled over to call 911 after watching this woman, 25-year-old Angela August, roll her car.
Okay, well, which direction are you going, east or west?
I'm going east. Let me see, I'm going east. I'm right at Alpine. And she split about 3 times.
The next portion of the 911 recording is too graphic to play for you. In fact, a few family members got up and left the courtroom as the prosecution played it. It was clear in the recording that seconds later, August, who was just days from graduating from UCSD, and Arevalo would be killed by an oncoming car.
My husband was a great husband, father, son, brother, and teacher.
Outside the courtroom, the widow of Arevalo told 10 News that her husband practiced what he preached to his young students and how painful it is that he innocently died in this crash.
He didn't drink, and he encouraged his students all the time not to drink. He lived by example, and he was the victim.
Prosecutors say this woman, 31-year-old Sunny Hall, was behind the wheel of the car that plowed into them. Investigators say her blood alcohol level was .15 nearly 90 minutes after she was taken into custody. At times, Hall was visibly emotional in court, wiping away tears. Experts on the witness stand testified that in their opinions, it was that second crash that killed August, not her initial rollover moments earlier. Hall faces 14 years in state prison if convicted on charges of DUI causing death and gross vehicular manslaughter. In El Cajon, Jennifer Jensen, 10 News.